Hi friends, welcome to all. In this video, we are going to see the packet tracer activity skills integration challenge. Before coming to our activity, friends, if you like to get my future uploading video info into your Gmail, you can subscribe this channel right now. Well, coming to our activity, here we can see addressing table. Also, we can see VLANs and port assignments table. Coming to the addressing table, here we can see the device admin-sw. This is nothing but the switch. Here we can see it's assigned only the IP address, and here we can see not mentioned this subnet to mask, also the default gateway. Now we will go through the scenario of this packet tracer activity. This culminating activity includes many of the skills that you have acquired during this course. First, you will complete the documentation for the network, so make sure you have a printed version of the instructions. During implementation, you will configure VLANs, trunking, port security, and SSH or remote access on a switch. Then you will implement inter-VLAN routing and NAT on a router. Finally, you will use your documentation to verify your implementation by testing end-to-end connectivity. Right now we will go through the documentation. You are required to fully document the network. You will need a printout of this instruction set, which will include an unlabeled topology diagram. Anyway, we are going to use this activity. Label all the device names, network addresses, and other important information that packet tracer generated. Complete the addressing table and VLANs and port assignments table. Yes, we will do that. Fill in any blanks in the implementation and verification steps. The information is supplied when you launch the packet tracer activity. Coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see our addressing table, also VLANs and port assignments table. First of all, we are going to fill the details of VLANs and port assignments table. Here we are going to fill this network details of each VLAN number. Coming to our topology, here we can see those details. VLAN 15, VLAN 30, VLAN 45, and VLAN 60, and their network address. So very easily we can fill these details here. Here we can see the network details of this VLANs and port assignments table. Now we are going to identify the subnet to mask and default gateway of this device admin-sw. Here we can see the interface VLAN 60. So coming to our VLANs and port assignments table, here we can see VLAN number 60 and the network address 10.10.10.144. And we can see this IP address 10.10.10.146 is assigned from this network 10.144. Also we can see the prefix length here /28. So here we get the subnet to mask, that is we'll write 255.255.255.240. Now we will find the default gateway. Coming to our topology, here we can see this device admin-sw switch is connected to this router admin, and here we can see the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see that the sub interfaces of a VLAN number with VLAN number 60, that is gigabit Ethernet 0/0.60, and here we can see the IP address of that sub interface 10.10.10.145. So obviously the default gateway for this device will be this IP address. So we will give that here 10.10.10.145. Now we will come to implementation. Note, all devices in the topology except admin and admin-sw and IT support are fully configured. You do not have access to the other routers. You can access all the servers and PCs for testing purpose. Implement two following requirements using your documentation. Coming to the device admin-sw, here we can see that it's a switch. Configure remote management access including IP addressing and SSH. Domain is cisco.com. User admin with the password let me in. Crypto key length of 1024. SSH version 2 limited to 2 authentication attempts and a 60-second timeout. Clear text passwords should be encrypted. So we will do this first. First of all, we will configure IP address for this device admin-sw with a default gateway. Coming to the device admin-sw, enable configure terminal. Here we will go to the interface vlan 60 and we will set the IP address 10.10.10.146 and the subnet mask 255.255.255.240. No shut. Exit and we will set the IP default gateway 10.10.10.145. Now we will set a domain name. IP domain name as specified cisco.com and we will give a crypto key generate RSA. Here we are going to give a 1024. Yes, and now we are going to set the username as admin and password as let me in. Also IP SSH version 2, IP SSH authentication retries as specified 2. Also we have to set IP SSH timeout 60 seconds. Now we'll go to line VTY 0 to 15, login local, and we have to give transport input SSH. Now we are going to encrypt all plain text passwords using, we have to go to global configuration mode and here we have to give a service password encryption. We will see the next requirements. Configure, name and assign VLANs. Ports should be manually configured as access ports. Also we have to configure trunking. First of all, we are going to create these VLANs. VLAN 50 servers, VLAN 30 PCs, VLAN 45 native and VLAN 60 management. VLAN 15 name as servers. Then we have VLAN 30 name as PCs, and we have a VLAN 45 name as native. Also we have a VLAN 60 name as management. Now we will assign VLANs to the ports as per our VLANs and port assignments table. Here we can see from fastethernet 0/1 till fastethernet 0/10 we have to assign VLAN number 30. So we will do that first. Exit and we will go to this interface as a range fastethernet 0/1 till 10. Switch port mode as access and switch port access VLAN 30. Next is fastethernet 0/11 till 0/20. VLAN number is 15. Exit interface range fastethernet 0/11 till 20. Switch port mode as access, switch port access VLAN 15. Next here we can see the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 which is a native VLAN. Coming to our topology, here we can see the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 which is connecting to this router admin to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. So here this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/1 we are going to make the mode as a trunk. Coming to switch, exit, and we will go to that interface gigabit ethernet 0/1, and here the mode is trunk. Also switch port trunk, we have to set the native VLAN 45. Coming to the next requirements, implement port security on fastethernet 0/1. Allow two MAC addresses that are automatically added to the configuration file when detected. The port should not be disabled, but a syslog message should be captured if a violation occurs. Right, so we will do that. Coming to the topology on this switch admin -sw, here we can see that specified interface fast ethernet 0/1. So here we are going to implement that specified port security. Coming to configuration, so we will exit from here and we will go to that interface fast ethernet 0/1, and we will set the switch port security. Oops, we given priority, it's a port security. Then switch port security maximum specified 2, and switch port security MAC address sticky, switch port security violation specified restrict. Coming to the last requirement in this admin-sw, disable all other unused ports. Coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see we used in this switch interfaces from fast ethernet 0/1 till 20. Also we used 1 gigabit ethernet 0/1. So here we can see unused ports from fast ethernet 0/21 till 24. Also 1 gigabit ethernet 0/2. So we will shut down these interfaces. Coming to admin, we will exit and we will go to these interfaces as a range fast ethernet 0/21 till 24. Also we have 1 gigabit ethernet 0/2. We are going to shut down these interfaces. Here we can see that 23, 24 and gigabit ethernet 0/2. Now we will see the requirements of the device admin. Here we can see that router. Configure inter VLAN routing. First of all, we will configure the sub interface gigabit ethernet 0/0.15. Here we can see the IP address and the subnet mask. Coming to admin, enable configure terminal. We have to go to this sub interface gigabit ethernet 0/0.15. Here we are going to give encapsulation .1q as 15, and now we will set the IP address. Here is the address, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. Coming to the next sub interface gigabit ethernet 0/0.30. Here we can see the IP address and the subnet mask .192. Exit interface gigabit ethernet 0/0.30. Encapsulation .1q30, IP address and the subnet mask 255.255.255.192. Coming to the next sub interface 0.45. Here we can see the IP address and the subnet mask .240. Coming to the router, exit interface gigabit ethernet 0/0.45. Encapsulation .1q45 and it's native VLAN, so we have to give native. IP address, so here is that, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.240. Coming to the last subinterface, that is gigabit Ethernet 0/0.60. Here we can see the IP address and the subnet mask. Here exit interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0.60. Encapsulation.1q vlan 60. Then the IP address, here is that, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.240. The topology, here we can see this interface is down, so we are going to give an shutdown command for the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0, so that all the sub interface also will be up. We will exit and we will go to the interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0 and we will give an shut command. And here we can see all the sub interfaces changed state to up: 0.15, 0.30, 0.45, 0.60. Coming to the next configuration, configure dhcp services for vlan 30. Use LAN as the case sensitive name for the pool. So here we can see for the VLAN, the network address 10.10.10.192/26. So coming to the configuration, we will exit and here we will create a IP dhcp pool, name as a LAN as specified. Then here we have seen the network, that is 10.10.10.192, and the subnet mask 255.255.255.192. Also we have to set the default router. So this is for the VLAN 30. Coming to our spreadsheet, here we can see the sub interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0.30 IP address. We will copy this address and coming to admin, and here we will paste it. Here is the default router. Coming to the next requirement, implement routing. Use ospf process id 1 and router id 1.1.1.1. Configure one network statement for the entire 10.10.10.0/24 address space. Disable interfaces that should not send ospf messages. Also configure a default route to the internet. Coming to the router, exit router ospf process id as specified 1, the router id 1.1.1.1. Then we have to give the network as a summarized network. They're given 10.10.10.0, and the wildcard bits they're given here we can see it's a /24. so the wildcard bit 0.0.0.255 and area 0. Also we will set the passive interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Now we are going to set a default route to the internet. Coming to our topology, here we can see the interface, the exit interface. Here we can see serial 0/1/0, which is going to the internet from this router admin. So now we will configure that. Exit IP route 0.0.0.0 space 0.0.0.0 space, and the exit interface serial 0/1/0. Coming to the next requirement, implement NAT. Configure a standard one statement ACL number 1. All IP addresses belonging to the 10.10.10.0/24 address space are allowed. Yes, we can do that. Here we are going to create access list 1 and we are going to permit. Here we are going to give the summarized address, that is 10.10.10.0, and the wildcard bits 0.0.0.255. Coming to the next requirement, refer to your documentation and to configure static NAT for the file server. Coming to a topology, here we can see a file server, and also we can see the inside address 10.10.10.162 and outside address 198.133.219.130. So we will configure that. Coming to our router admin, here we are going to give IP NAT. Here we are to give inside, right, and then source static, and then we have seen this address, local IP address, that is a 10.10.10.162. Then we have to give the global IP address, inside global IP address, that is 198.133.219.130. Now we have to set the directions. Coming to the topology, here we can see this interface is going to the internet. So this interface, that is a serial 0/1/0, we have to give IP NAT outside, and the other interfaces, here we can see serial 0/0/0. Also, this is serial 0/0/0, and this is a serial 0/0/1, and we have one gigabit Ethernet 0/0. But here we can see we configured this as a sub interface, so we have to give the direction as IPNet inside for these two sub interfaces, 0.15 and 0.30. Coming to the configuration, we'll do one by one. First of all, we will go to the interface, serial 0/1/0. Here we have IP NAT outside. Then we have a interface serial 0/0/0, IP NAT inside. Then we have a interface we will exit, and we will give interface serial 0/0/1, IP NAT inside. Also we will go to the sub interfaces, interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0.15, here IP NAT inside. Also we have 0.30, IP NAT inside. Coming to the next requirement, configure dynamic NAT with the path using a pool name of your choice, a /30 mask, and these two public addresses, 198.133.219.128 and 129. Well, coming to the router, here we are going to give IP NAT pool and a name. Here I am going to give ANN. Then the start IP address, here is that. Also the end IP address 129. Then the net mask has specified 255.255.255.252. Also IP NAT inside source, the list we created is 1 pool, and the pool name here we given as ANN overload. Coming to the last requirement, IT support. Verify IT support has received full addressing information from admin. Right here we can see IT support, desktop IP configuration, and here we are going to give a dhcp requesting IP address. Here we can see that yes, it's received. Now we will come to verification. All devices should now be able to ping all other devices. If not, troubleshoot your configurations to isolate and solve problems. A few tests include: verify remote access to admin-sw by using SSH from a PC. We will try to access this admin-sw using SSH from this PC. First of all, we will get the IP address of this admin-sw. Here is that. Desktop command prompt. Here we are going to give a SSH. Then the username as admin and the target. Here is that. Yes, it's prompted for the password. We given let me in. Yes, so we able to access this admin-sw. Next is verify VLANs are assigned to appropriate ports and port security is in force. So coming to our switch, here we will give enable and show VLAN brief, and here we can see the details. All the interfaces are assigned to the correct VLAN. Also we will give a show port security, then the interface fastethernet 0/1, and here we can see the details. Port security is enabled, violation mode is restrict, and maximum MAC address 2, total MAC addresses it's already connected 1. Next is verify ospf neighbors and a complete routing table. Right, coming to admin, we will see our root, show IP root, and here we can see the details. Here we can see the static root what we set. Also all other ospf root. Right. Next is verify NAT translations and statics. Outside host should be able to access file server at the public address. So here we can see our file server with the public address 198.133.219.130. We will access this FTP server from this outside host. Command prompt. Here we are going to give FTP and the public address, username is Cisco, password is Cisco. Yes, we able to access this FTP server. Now we will try to access this web server from this IT support using this address 64.100.150.10 web browser, and here is the address. Yes, we are getting the web server. Now we will check NAT translations in this router admin. Show IP NAT translations, and here we can see the details. We try to access FTP. Also we accessed HTTP. Document any problems you encountered and the solutions in the troubleshooting documentation table below. Anyway, we done everything correct. Well, that's all in this packet tracer activity skills integration challenge. Here we can see the completion status 70 out of 70. Friends, if you have any doubt, please comment below. Also, if you like my video, give a thumb, and don't forget to subscribe the channel so that you will get latest uploading video information directly into your Gmail. Thank you.